All right, guys. Yes, he did have, in fact, have it towed. This is it right here. Wow. If I didn't know any better, I would automatically suspect that it had the V8 engine in it, as opposed to the Pentastar. It's a full-size 1500. All right. Again, guys, I don't know some ticking noise. I'm not sure what problem he had, but it doesn't matter. My man wants a engine. He had one delivered. We about to replace it, and that's that. Okay, but for shits and giggles, I want to see what's going on. Yeah, it's a nice truck. Okay, if I had to guess, I don't know what year, but I don't feel like guessing, so I will look. 15, it's likely 10-15 means truck was likely born in, has a 2016 date on it. All right, mileage wise, I'm not sure, but again, it don't matter. Some people don't want to go through the rigmarole of trying to find out what's wrong with it and getting it fixed. They simply want a new engine, which is not a bad idea, guys, especially if the engine you're getting comes with a decent warranty. Now, last time I talked to him, he is getting a warranty on it. I don't know how long, but guys, you will know. You'll have a pretty good idea. I'll say a month's time, maybe 2 months. You'll know if your engine gonna hang around a while, because if you can go about 2 or 3 weeks and no problems, at that point it's on you as far as maintaining it. All right, sure, we're gonna go in with new oil, new coolant, new everything. Okay. So, but at that point, it's a maintaining type situation. All right, what does this oil look like? I still don't know. I might fire it up, depending on if it got oil in it. It really don't matter, because we're getting ready to replace it. Yeah. Was it ticking? I don't know. I haven't done a ticker on a 1500, 3.6 that is, in a while. Caper had an interesting theory on why that happened. My thinking, or my point was, why haven't I repaired any ticking issues on the 1500? Guys, it's the same engine. Okay, I mean, take away the intake and a couple other things. The base blocking heads of the engine is the same as in, let's say, a Caravan. All right, Chrysler 300. All right, now why are issues arising with those vehicles, 3.6 Pentastar, and not the Ram 1500 3.6 Pentastar? I don't know. Yeah, but I can't remember what Caper said. Caper had this guy's garage is what I'm referring to. Y'all go check out my buddy channel too. He got some good stuff going on over there. But he had an interesting take on why that is. I have no idea. Like I said, it's the very same engine. I don't know. You can't blame it on the fact that it's rear-wheel drive, because the Chargers and 300s are rear-wheel drive. What else could you blame it on? The low tolerance, the way it sits? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a... I don't know. But I'm curious, guys. Suspense is killing me. Buddy didn't tell me. Why didn't you tell me, buddy, what's really going on? Sure, we're getting ready. I can start. It's okay to start it, guys. We're getting ready to replace it, right? Y'all see that rotary shifter? This truck is likely equipped with a ZF. Hey, look at that, 170,000 miles. I might have to tell my man it's time for a transmission service. All right, oil change required. Check in. Y'all see that light flash? Y'all know what that means? Misfire right away. Okay, yes, it's picking up a misfire as we speak. That's called active, guys. So yes, he has some internal issues going on. Now I hear a ticking and I see a misfire. What do those two have in common? A lot. Y'all hear that tick? Yeah, y'all remember the old days you can grab the throttle? No, guys, these are ETC, electronic throttle control. So there's no, yeah, this has a bad misfire. Now, guys, y'all are aware there's a couple of things that can cause this misfire. All right, but for the most part, we're going in with an engine that do not have any problem, hopefully. But so I tell you what, guys, here's the deal I make y'all. Once we get this out, I'm not sure there's a core on it, we will tear it down. All right, now from my understanding, the engine he got is a low mileage, come out of a low mileage vehicle, so that that's enough right there to give a customer peace of mind. But yes, this has a ticker and it's misfiring. They very well could be related. In other words, a rocker arm could cause the ticking and the misfire. You just don't know until you tear it apart. But nice truck, guys. Nice, very nice, good looking truck. Like I say, guys, starting to pick up business off YouTube. So if you're looking for us, we are in the Atlanta area. So hopefully you are in the Atlanta area. It's hard to have a car towed somewhere to another state. There's mechanics all over. But I like this truck, my man. So we're gonna get him up and going, man. Due to the fact that we have the parts here, they delivered the engine the other day, I want to say. So we'll jump right on this, guys. Ain't no sense wasting time. Let me verify, make sure. Yeah, I don't see a dipstick tube. That means it's not a nag. It very well could be a ZF 8 HP 70 transmission. All right, HP rear wheel drive. So guys, let me go check out this engine that was delivered, and I think I'm gonna pull it in one of those empty stalls, and we're gonna start tearing this sucker down, getting this engine out of here, and going from there. Cold AC, guys. Cold AC. Yes, my man will be running very smoothly. No more. It will not be no more that that check engine light flashing and things like that. All right, guys. I'm walking up. But yeah, this is the engine that delivered. I showed y'all this the other day. So this is what's going in that Ram 1500. All right, we're not gonna use the guys. When they take an engine out of a car, the salvage yard, they don't care about anything, especially wire harness. You're talking about clip, clip, clip. Now, you mean because we semi-specialize? In other words, the bulk of our work is on Dodge, Ram, Chrysler, things like that. We can hang on to stuff like this, and it becomes beneficial to us because we very well may need connectors and things like that on other vehicles. If you want to work at one of those shops where y'all don't do a lot of the same repetitious or repetitive things, then yes, this will just clutter up in your area and become problematic. All right, so yeah, we're going in with a new thermostat. All right, now this got me a little worried. Now guys, this pulley, harmonic balancer pulley, is not so much press fit, but it's not even, well, it has to be keyed. If it's not press fit, it has to be keyed. So we got to take this bolt off, and hopefully the remaining parts of this pulley will just come off. All right, so that just tells me we got to use the old harmonic balancer pulley on it. All right, some things will have to be transferred off the old engine, that's for sure. But for the most part, what kind of warranty did he get? I don't know. I don't know. Once we install it, drain the oil, go in with new coolant, new oil, new everything. We're gonna fire it up, give it a good test drive, see how well it do, and we go from there, guys. It's pretty much how it works. All right, my man, I appreciate you putting your trust in us. All right, and for those of you that's sitting on the fence, living in the Atlanta area, you need some work on your Dodge product, just give us a call, like I say, and we'll get it taken care of. So guys, when I start to install this, that's when I'll fire the camera back up. All right, right now I gotta get a stall. Okay, this almost done, and we're doing AC compressor or AC condenser. Yeah, y'all know it's hot season right now. Everybody wants the AC working. So, but as soon as this is done, the truck is next, and we're gonna go from there, guys. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video.